Hi gang, John Newton here from John's Pipe Journey, and it is Tuesday and I am smoking Samuel Gawith 1792 flake that I prepare in my grinder. It's a Blazy Susan. It's made out of bar stock aircraft aluminum, and it's a four-piece design, really well made. And it has a spot in here that when it gets really fine, it traps it in this screened in portion, and then underneath that, if you need to clean that screen, it's got a little tool here that you can use to clean the screen off. Really enjoy this one because it's well made and it does a great job of cutting up the tobacco into what appears to be rubbed out. It's got a magnet that holds this lid on. And so let me get this going. Thanks, Greg. Zippo was keying outside. It's breezy and beautiful out today. Got a nice breeze, and I think I didn't get that lit. Thanks, Greg. The cob I'm smoking is a Missouri Meerschaum Crimson Gentleman that I modified. Let me bring this camera closer. A little closer here. Okay. That's better. First of all, I put a forever stem on it. This is a red tortoise shell, and I put polyurethane on the stem and on the bowl to dress it up and make it a little more shiny. And then I ground this stem, goes into the cobs and has a quite large opening. So what I do is I grind the end of that stem off inside the bowl, and then I fill the bottom of the bowl with pipe mortar. I got the recipe from Cane Rod Piper, Mike, and he has a video on how to make the pipe mortar. You just look up his channel. He's a great guy, and he has a pipe mortar that he mixes out of 1 part plaster of Paris, 1 part a 0.6 parts, so just a little bit more than half of that, with activated charcoal that you can get. What I bought and he suggested is made from coconut husks. It's really super fine powder, so you got to be careful with it. And then a half a part of regular Morton table salt. You mix that together and just keep adding water until you get a consistency of clay. And then I filled the bottom where the stem came through, because there's a void underneath the stem. I filled that all in with that pipe mortar, and then I inserted a drill bit that was roughly 3 millimeters in diameter, which would duplicate most pipe, the way most pipes are made. And I put that in there to make sure I had a 3mm draft hole in the bottom. And then I let that dry for like a day. And so the bottom is filled in with something that's a lot more sturdy than pipe mud, which is just ash and water. This is something that solidifies in there and puts a solid bottom in it that's got plaster of Paris, so it's hardened in there and it won't come out. So that's how I modified this cob. I've done that to most all of mine because this hole is way too big, and I was always sucking in ash and stuff when it got down pretty low. So that's how I modified it. Crimson Gentleman and a Vermont freehand stem. The tobacco is phenomenal. I only smoke the either Lakelands or aromatics in my cobs or Meerschams. Thanks, Greg. I just wanted to make this quick video on Cob Tuesday and just show you how I've modified this. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Hey guys, John again, making an addendum to that first video. While I was mowing, I found a couple of Paw Paws. They're my favorite summer fruit, and until recently I didn't even know they were ready yet, but I found a couple on the ground already, so I'll be showing you those. But first of all, I'm still got my Crimson Gentleman modified here. Whoa. I filled this. You have to wait till it kind of burns off the excess. Thanks, Greg. We'll try that again. Thanks, Greg. It's common enough now that I can use a butane lighter. Okay. First of all, a lot of people don't know what a Paw Paw is. It's the only indigenous tropical fruit in North America. It has huge leaves that they're like this. I should have brought one, but I didn't think to. The fruit looks like this. This year there's some black on the skin, and I've never seen it like that. That's normally what they look like. The meat is this color, and it tastes like a cross between banana and custard. This one, I had to cut. Somebody had already been chewing on it. So I'll see how this is. I'm hoping it's ripe and it wasn't prematurely taken out. Oh, it's wonderful. But I wanted to show you the seeds. They're kind of kidney shaped and fairly large and slippery. I hope I can show you that. Yeah, it's delicious. Yeah, if you haven't had Paw Paw, somehow you should try to find some. I can't even begin to tell you how great it is, but their nickname is Indian Banana because it is sort of banana flavored, but it's also like a custard. And you just kind of cut it open and eat up to the skin. And I heard from somebody that Paw Paw leaves have some sort of anti-cancer properties, but I forgot to look that up. Anyway, I'm not going to just sit and eat in front of you. Even though we're like family. But anyway, it's Paw Paw, P-A-W-P-A-W. And they grow wild in North America, the southern part of North America. I grew up in Indiana, southern Indiana, and they were there. They were not in New York. They're all over here. I'm lucky enough to have 4 trees inside my fenced-in area. And on the outside of the area, there's a bunch of them, but they're so good that like literally everything eats them. So if you don't somehow protect it, or unless you're lucky, you won't even see any. They're real hard to see because they're green and they blend right in with the tree. But last year, I think I got 20 out of 4 trees, which is really good. It has, the flowers are kind of brownish purple and they hang upside down and they're not very big. They're about as big around as my thumb, into my thumb. And I can't smell it, but they smell like something dead because they're pollinated by flies instead of bees. So it's a super subtle, like I've sniffed them just to see if I could smell anything, and I can't smell anything, but that's enough smell that a fly can detect it. And so flies go up in there and walk around and collect pollen, and then they go to the next, go around and they pollinate that way. Well, I just thought that was interesting, and hopefully you did too. Just try to see if you can find, if you live in the southern part of the country, see if you can find them. It's like right now, apparently, they're starting to be ripe because 2 of them were on the ground. I touched another one and it fell off in my hand. But the other trees, they're still, I shook it a little bit and they still are in there. So probably towards the next couple of weeks, they should be all falling off. Anyway, until we meet again, God bless.